explain to me. Yo, NM Guts back at it. Yo, NM Guts is a demon with the 10 gifted subs. Holy. By the way, Chief Switch was chatting. He says, yo, make a new show with Boom and Leaf. That one episode of the beginning off the record with you and Leaf. I was talking about a white girl who died. Wait, which white girl that died? Was one of y'all best, and you and Boom got chemistry. No homo yet. Nah, Boom was good. Hey, I don't know if y'all watched the Jay Prince. I think we did it. Go back to Off the Record on the Blame Jay Prince podcast. It was me and Boom. Really good chemistry, to be honest. The only thing is that I'm gonna probably have to convince, I'm gonna have to convince Boom and his girl to move to Jersey or some shit like that, or New York, to fucking record, or maybe they could record out there and we could do some stuff. Now we gotta have Boom on the channel, right? Of course. All right, people. All right, holy shit. Oh, goddamn, NM Guts gifted like 30 before. Holy. Salute to NM Guts. Salute to all my gifted subs, man. All right. Yo, what's next? What's next? John Morant? We should do John Morant. We could do John Morant. All right. So we got 4K Trey Ja, right? Let me just see what's going on with this, man. Ja Morant. Remember I told y'all though, right? I'm just being honest with y'all, bro. I just think like everybody trying to be tough is played out, bro. Like I'm gonna show y'all some real. I'm gonna show you gangsters who are just real gangsters. Like the gangsters are not making hundreds of millions of dollars and then they're crashing out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but everybody wants to have the allure or thinking like. I talk to regular people these days and they use gangster terms. You ever talk to people from New York these days? They could be a nerd. They'd be like, yo, man, they actually just use the word gangster. They're like, yo, man, it's gangster, nigga. It's gangster, nigga. I'm like, okay. Everybody got this infatuation with being like a street dude. I just think it's a little corny when, like, bruh, I know some people, because, and this might be hypocritical, because my favorite NBA player was Allen Iverson. Like, you know, a lot of people thought Allen Iverson was a street dude. But I don't think Allen Iverson brought that into basketball. I don't think Allen Iverson was trying to be street in basketball. He just hung out with street dudes outside of basketball. The thing with like John Morant, what seems to be bleeding through easily to basketball, is that it feels like he's trying to be an NBA thug. And that kind of like just, it doesn't mesh to me. How are you going to be a thug in the NBA? Like, it's the same thing I'm saying about that Nazi BK dude. If you like this savage or whatever you're doing, go do it with the real savages. Like, I want to hear about, like, I don't want to hear about you pulling guns on 17-year-olds. Like, there's actual niggas who were probably in Memphis who probably really want some smoke with you. Pull guns on them. Like, I hate when I see the gangsters not doing gangster stuff and you read about it and it's like, bro, just play basketball. Okay, so anyway, the latest thing is that NBA star John Morant. Okay, they want me to take my ad blocker off. It's not going to happen. Let me go to another article. Fuck out of here, man. All right, Yahoo Sports probably. He reportedly is accused of repeatedly punching a teenage boy in the head, threatening him with the gun last summer. Now, I'm going to be honest. And even though, like, you know, I am critical of John Morant because, bro, I just think he's too talented. And, bro, just stop. Like, why do you... There should be no need to try to make people think you're tough or a gangster. Like, even sometimes how he tweets, I'm like, yo, one time he tweeted, was like, yo, I ain't gonna leave my guys behind. Like, but he said it in a way, and I'm like, this nigga talking like he in a gang. That's why, like, even today, some shit happened and the police questioned him, and he cooperated with the police. Bro, you're a civilian. Play basketball and shut up. I hate when, like, people are, like, playing this, like, quasi, I'm a super thug, but I'm also a good guy. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, something happened to me, I will be telling the police the full description. If I got a social security, a description, if I know your address, it will be said. Factuals. Don't expect nothing else of me because I'm not doing crime. Right? But I hate these, like, in the middle people. You know what I mean? Like, when people were talking about him, like, yo, he might have to stop hanging out with the same crew because they're allegedly pulling out maybe guns with beams on it that's scaring other people. He tweeted something like, so I ain't gonna leave none of my niggas behind. Okay, brother. All right. Like, it's not leaving your niggas behind. You're bringing your niggas to work. This is the thing that bothers me. You're bringing your niggas to work. The NBA is your job. It's not the hood. Go on the corner and do all that bullshit, and nobody would care. Y'all doing this shit in NBA arenas. That's corny. Now, anyway, the new thing is he's accused of repeatedly punching a teenage boy in the head and threatening him with a gun last summer. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That sounds bad, but I need more context. You know why? Man, have y'all watched Bronx Drill and y'all seen Chicago, man? Yo, these kids be 16 and they think they're the most demonic murderers. Sometimes if you treat minors as just their kids, they gonna kill you. Like, kids are killers. So if you are a male, once you hit about 14, 15, if I hear a story that somebody had to open hand slap you, the question I'm gonna ask is, what did you do? Because sometimes these little niggas, not only are they coddled by the law because they're juvenile, so they don't think there's no punishments, some of these dudes really be on that type of timing like any adult. So it sounds crazy when you hear teen, but I usually chill because these days a teen will kill you, nigga. A teen will fucking kill you while he's on Instagram Live. Okay. The alleged incident came 4 days after another incident where he allegedly threatened the head security at the Memphis Mall. Both allegations are emerging after a month of several of his acquaintances allegedly threatening and harassing Pacers staffers with a red laser. In the incident, the teenage boy is 17-year-old. Oh, yeah. Nah. 17-year-old. Y'all don't even need to say 17-year-old. I'm not thinking about him like a minor. I'm going to be honest with you. Reportedly told police John Morant, who turned 23, punched him 12 or 13 times during a pickup game at his house. What? He claimed Morant and a friend hit him so hard, left a large knot on the side of his head, which police observed themselves. So why isn't he charged if police observed the knots? The teenager also reportedly told the Shelby County Sheriff's Office detectives after the fight, Morant went into his house and reemerged with his hand on a gun visible in his waistband of his pants. Okay, so I guess Morant has a big property, I would imagine. He's a basketball player, a super good one. And he has a court. Niggas come over there playing basketball. Something happened. He beat up on a kid. Or let me not call him a kid. Like I'm sorry. I know y'all gonna get mad at me for saying, oh, why won't you call the 17-year-old a kid? I'm just saying, I know some 17-year-old. First of all, if you're in any city, 17-year-old people do a lot of crime because that's a special age where you still could get charged as a juvenile. So I'm not gonna just think this is a kid he's beating up. This nigga might be with the shits too. Now, granted, this dude is talking to police though. So they're saying he goes into his house and he gets a gun. That's a little bit interesting and odd. If you already just punched him 12 to 13 times, he has a knot on his head. Why go in your house to get the gun? Okay, but whatever. Morant reportedly told police he'd been acting in self-defense, admitting, I swung first. Wait, what the fuck? He told police he acted in self-defense, but he admitted he swung first. But believing the boy was the aggressor because he threw a ball. Oh, okay. So the dude threw a ball in his head, stepped up, pulled up his pants. The boy, however, blah, blah, said he was checking the ball to Morant, who had thrown the ball hard at him first. Okay, so this is this kind of basketball shit. You know when you just throw a ball hard at somebody, they throw it back at you? I guess that happened. Morant probably thought that dude was doing some other stuff, beat him up, whatever. Morant also reportedly claimed the boy shouted, I'm going to come back and light this place up like fireworks. Well, if there's corroborating witnesses, if there's witnesses corroborating the story, yeah, nothing's going to come out of it, especially in a place like Memphis, Tennessee. One of the things I've learned, I think I've told you guys this story maybe a couple times, and this is why, like, even online, usually when people threaten you, they're not going to do nothing, right? Like, they'll be like, yo, when I see you, I'm going to do something. When I see you, I'm going to slap you. They're probably not going to slap you. Or when I see you, I'm going to shoot you. I don't know who'll be saying that. Well, actually, some dumb niggas say that. They're probably not going to do it if they have any sense. And the reason why I say that is that when you threaten someone, especially if they're at their own property, they can defend themselves in many states. My boy caught an attempted murder charge, right? He caught an attempted murder charge. He hit a dude in the head with a baseball bat. The case eventually got dropped. I'm going to tell you why it got dropped. Number one, and I learned this, and you should probably take this part of the story to probably possibly help you out if you live alone or have a property. In court and in pretrial like motion and shit, they did have to prove on the property were many obvious and visible signs that said no trespassing. What does that mean? If the guy was on the property, right? So like it was like a small property. So like he just walked from the street like right up to the door, right? And everybody was there and some shit happened. Essentially, that sign being there basically meant that he wasn't invited. So he was already not necessarily breaking the law, but he's trespassing, right? Cool. The next thing, because by the way, the dude was in a coma. So he got hit in the head with a baseball bat. He was in a coma for like 4 or 5 days. He did survive. But my boy got charged with attempted murder. The way he beat it was because of the sign. Also, here's the thing. There were 2 other people there that supposedly said, this is what happened. The dude said to my boy, like, because the dude really pulled up on my boy to say, yo, I heard you fucking with this girl who's fucking with me. My boy's like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, you come over here, like trying to press me on a girl. Like, bro, I ain't rocking with this chick like that. Whatever. They're having a conversation over the girl, right? Then this is what happens. The dude says, yo, I bet. Yo, when I come back on this block, y'all better not be outside. Okay? That's exactly what he said. And by the way, that threat alone got my boy off. So when he said that, my boy walks right back up to his porch and grabs a baseball bat. And the dude, based on him threatening to leave to come back to do something, my boy ain't wait. My boy just hit a home run, knocked him in the skull. That was enough to say the dude made a threat that when he come back, blah, blah, blah. So my boy hitting him actually is self-defense, which is kind of crazy. So just the dude threatening him actually made my boy hitting him with a baseball bat in the head, put him in a coma, self-defense. They dropped the case. So they dropped the attempted murder case. Here we go. He says, I'm going to come back and light this place up like fireworks. So I said that story to say, okay, cool. If you say this, and if other people could corroborate it, right? Obviously, it has to be more than John Morant, like probably whoever else is playing. Yeah. It says, and filed his own police report later saying the boy threatened his family. Okay, so John Morant filed his own police report, which that's another thing what I'm saying with John Morant. I don't like all this gangster stuff. Like he's positioning himself like he's like some gangster. When I'm like, yo, bro, you're doing the right thing like a civilian, like I would do. You're filing police reports. You're saying people are threatening you. You're a civilian. So imagine I was acting super tough, like, yo, if niggas want to get it in, they could get, like, I feel like he'd just be acting like a gangster, my nigga. I don't know. Now, it's a difference between acting like a gangster or just being a man. Now, if he owns some shit like, man, I ain't scared of none of y'all in here. Like, I came from the worst. It is what it is. That's not the vibe I get from John Morant. John Morant seemed like he be on some, or he be trying to get people to believe like he's some hood nigga who's a gangster. You get what I mean? It's different from saying I'm a man. I hope that didn't go over your head. Anyway, look, John Morant filed a police report. That's a civilian. It's fine. I would do the same thing. Local prosecutors reportedly reviewed the case and declined to file charges. By the way, obviously the local prosecutors are going to be a little bit biased too. John Morant is the star of Memphis, the Grizzlies. You charge the Memphis Grizzlies point guard with a heinous crime that's a felony, he might get suspended indefinitely, especially when it got to do with weapons. You never know. So I could imagine, I'm not saying that these prosecutors were influenced, but there's a lot at stake, right? So they didn't file charges.